Financial discipline is a conversation here on the table. If you're just joining us, you're right in time for that. Allow me to reintroduce the panel again. We have Tony Shangani, who is a business consultant at Axos Solutions Limited. So next to Tony, we also have Evelyn Kasina. She's the CEO of Eve Minette. And on this other side, we have George Oshiri. He's the CEO of Harambe Sacco. And sitting next to George, Waithaka Gatumia. He's the CEO of Centonomy.
Absolutely. Before we get into that discussion, we want to make some quick clarifications on the breaking news that came through to our newsrooms. The number of people who've been killed in that accident is 13. This is information that's coming through to our newsrooms in real time. The numbers are still a bit conflicting, but what we know so far is that 13 people were last night killed after a Nairobi-bound bus rammed into a stalled lorry in Matu. They are 13 and not 15.
Yata police are saying that the dead are 10 men, 2 women, and 1 child.
Well, the injured were rushed to Matu Level 4 Hospital. Those numbers keep shifting, but we'll keep an eye and give you the updated information as soon as it comes through to our newsrooms. What we know is that the fatalities number right now, as it stands, is 13.
But we're yet to know the cause of the accident.
Absolutely. Let's get into that discussion now. And we'll start with Centonomy. That's Waithaka Gatumia. Where do I even start? That's the main question. What is the road to financial discipline? Where do I start?
Start. Let me tell you, one of the people have every excuse not to start. Yeah. I don't know where to save. Just save.
Where?
Get a piggy bank.
How much?
The issue is this. We have so many excuses. How much should I save? Where should I save? Should it be in a SACCO? Should it be in a bank? Start and you'll figure it out. The thing is, look, we as Centonomy are in business in training people because they have gotten to the point that they have realized I need help to do this. Yeah. But the honest truth is this: they came to that realization themselves. And when you come to that point of realization, make a decision and say, I am going to start saving today. The mistake that we make is, now what percentage should I save? Save even 10 shillings. Save even 5. What will happen is that discipline will grow over time. The second thing is that we think we're going to start saving today and be millionaires tomorrow. Does not happen. We have not seen that anywhere. The discipline of wealth creation takes time. And so once you've accepted that, then you begin that journey on the right foot, understanding that it's going to take some time, and through that process is where the learning happens. So first of all, start. And then the idea is this: there's so much information out there. You cannot be able to say that you cannot access information right now. Now, instead of busy finding out what's happening on somebody, on how they're dressing or how they're doing their makeup or which clothes outfit that they're wearing, why don't you look for some advice? Go online, check out Centonomy, check out whoever it is. We've got so many people in the area of financial freedom. Even your SACCOs have information now available. Why don't you take out your phone and read and find out where is a good opportunity for me to save? Can I say one thing? Because I know you want to move on to someone else now. This is one question that has come to me so many times. Waithaka, tell me a safe place to save and invest. I don't want to lose my money. And my response is this: if you have found the safest place where you cannot lose money, please tell me. I join you immediately. There is no such thing. There is no investment, there's no saving without risk. People say banks are good, but we've seen banks fall. People say SACCOs are great, we've seen SACCOs fail as well. The issue is not will it happen. There is risk in everything. Yeah. But you cannot say you're not going to save because there is risk. The issue is this: can you reduce your risk as much as possible? And how do you reduce your risk? Through practice. Just like driving. When you started driving, this is the thing that hit me yesterday. I remembered as I was driving in driving school, you'd hold on to the steering wheel for your life. You know what I mean? Both hands, they're tight. You can't even move them. Your eyes are open. You can't blink. You can't talk. You can't do anything because this is an unfamiliar environment. Yeah. But over years, now I'm able to drive, change gear, talk to somebody, plan my route at the same time because I've been doing it over and over again. When it comes to investment, it's the same. Please understand, when you're starting and you're saving, you'll be like that driver holding on like this because you don't know what's going on. But when you do it next day, the next day, the next day, the next day, over a period of time, you'll be able even to forecast what's going to happen. Okay. You'll be aware of what is behind you and your surroundings as well in the investment area. And so you can, as I said, the very first thing that you must do if you want to figure out how to build financial discipline is to start.
So we
Don't
can
wait.
save ourselves to billionaire status.
You'll die before you get there.
Can I give you the mathematics
Yes.
behind that? If you saved 1 million shillings every month, and that's saving, just putting 1 million shillings aside, it take you 83 years to get to 1 billion.
83 years for me to get to 1 billion.
And that's saving 1 million
shillings
per month. It'll take you 83
And this
years.
is if
Nobody
you're not...
even earns that kind of money
So
to begin
saving, the principle of saving is not for growth. Saving is for a rainy day. Even businesses here, you put money aside, you have a cash reserve to help you when there's problems along the way. So saving is for an emergency. So we at Centonomy, we talk about having 6 to 12 months worth of your monthly income in a savings account. So should there be any issue in your life, you can be able to access it. Once you've got to that 6 to 12 months of income in a savings account, the rest of your money must be multiplying somewhere else faster than inflation. Because in your savings account, you're earning maybe 4%, is it? And inflation is 6 to 8%. Now, that means you're actually losing value. So your money must be multiplying in a great business. A
So
great
you're-
business
Faster than
that is growing over time.
So you're saying our savings account should have 6 to 12 months of our income.
That is...
Waithaka, you're stressing
That
me.
is
Yeah.
7 in the morning.
Listen, that is a recommendation that we have. And I know you're saying, I know it looks like it's an impossible thing, but guess what? Imagine if your savings account had even 1 month. You know what that does? It gives you peace of mind. Because for that 1 month, then you're not stressed, what am I going to do? So you have time to calm down and to think, if I lost my job, where can I go and find another one?
What is
But
the
if you have no
backup plan?
cash, you take the next thing that comes along the way.
Oh,
So,
let me-
sorry, Zinzi, for...
It was
okay.
stressing at 7
I'm
a.m.
fine.
Let's bring in George here. What do you make of this? Where do you start saving?
Thank you very much.
recommend circles?
Thank you very much. The answer is just join a SACCO. A SACCO offers probably one of the simplest ways of saving.
Yeah.
The moment you are employed, for those, particularly the youth, join a SACCO immediately. You'll find the SACCO has set a minimum amount to be saved per month. Those in employment, this is deducted at source. You will not even feel the pinch that you are missing some money. And this is accumulating for you on a monthly basis. After some period of time, it even enables you as a collateral to access credit. The other reason why I still think it is a SACCO, you will find your peers, those who have also saved, they'll tell you stories about saving, and then they'll go even to the next level of investment, management of credit. Still, I believe it is a SACCO even for those who are not in employment. We now have SACCOs that serve business people. Put a standing order on a monthly basis, a certain amount of money simply to go towards your SACCO savings. And you'll find a SACCO allows you to save for your entire working lifetime. And this is a boost when you now retire. You have got some accumulated fund that can help you start off when you're changing your role or your career. So SACCOs is the nearest answer. And I want to point out to the youth, there's a problem with our youth joining the job market at the moment. They are not very keen on joining SACCOs. Let's follow the footsteps of
Perhaps
our
because
fathers.
they've seen some of them swindle people of their money.
We have very, very many good SACCOs.
From your side, where you're
Yes.
sitting, where do you think young people are not joining SACCOs? Have you talked to them? Are you hearing them?
Yes, but the biggest issue is we are becoming consumers.
Right.
And there are too many products and services ready to be consumed. On the other hand, it is now very easy to access credit. I think Eve will be talking about probably the fintechs. So it is so easy to access money even before you save it, and the temptation to spend is so high. So you find a new employee very quickly is driving a Subaru. For some of us, it took us 10 or so years.
If you're laughing, you're a CEO. You're an
Driving a
yes.
Subaru right now.
Oh, no. If you're
Oh,
an
she's on a
entrepreneur,
Subaru.
if you're an entrepreneur in tech, where do I begin my discipline when it comes to money? Because, you know, he said we become consumers. We have access easy to money.
Yeah.
Mobile banking, M-Pesa. Whew. Yeah. So, so how do I begin to become disciplined in an era where tech is allowing it, it's making it so easy for me to buy my next pair of shoes?
I know,
Live beyond my
e-commerce.
means.
Yeah, I know. So for me, I just bring in a twist. because you have to be in the fire to understand that you're actually struggling and suffering, and you know the struggle becomes really real. On one hand here you're making money, but it's just, you know, being spent equally easy. Then at the end of the month you realize, oops, I have workers to pay, I have bills to settle. And for a very long time, like for me personally, I did not draw a salary from my business because I could not pay myself. And it was business to just pay bills. So even the issue of I need to start saving, what are you saving? What are you saving? And until you realize that you're biting more than you can chew, it becomes a problem. So for me, it reached a point where I had to get a debt management consultant. Her name is Pauline, who sat me down and we had a very deep discussion, which included I don't need to go to the salon every other week. I can make my own nails at home, which when you do it for one, 2 times, and then you're like, I need that personal touch. Someone needs to just massage my feet. Anyway, I had to cut my ATM because it was one of the things that I always had to keep swiping. I had to install all my mobile banking platforms. I'm not on mobile banking. And one of the things now, if I need to access money, for me personally, I have to write myself a check. So if I don't know Mombasa Road and I have to write myself a check and I'm thinking I have to go to the bank and queue, the urge of me buying a shoe or me buying something that is really not important, it just dies off with time. And I think 2 or 3 times when you realize you're paying bills late, I think it dawns on you that you really need to be disciplined. Otherwise you'll be out of business. Because the way we're just saying, out from 2017 to 2018, before the economy really stabilized, there was no cash flow. Yes, you have business, but all the money is out there. So you don't have cash flow to just settle, even just rent. So if you're on phone all the time telling your landlord, you know what, 15th, 20th, now next month it is 2 months, that keeps stressing you. So you need to start looking at good disciplines. The other thing for me was to really look at what I'm providing as a business person, if it is making financial sense. Because sometimes as businesses, we have all these ideas. You know the way Kenyans are. I can do the quail. There was the quailia, there was the Amirania, where people were just doing greenhousing. So if you've not studied the market well to know that this product is for this market and this is the clientele, you get in there and then you realize quickly, oh, I'm spending more than I'm supposed to be getting. So it took me a huge shift to just come and remodel my whole business, to start doing things that are generating income and profit, which meant the things I used to do, like creating websites, as much as I would charge a website 150,000, I actually was spending 200,000 to develop a website of 150,000. That does not make sense. Because I'm also in tech, I quickly realized that I can use freelance marketplaces where I can outsource cheap labor. So I don't need to have a zinzi in my office. I can work with consultants. Stop giving people ideas.
But if you don't
so
mind, let me mention something.
Hold on one second. Yes. We'll come to that in just a bit. Tony, how's your experience been like? In terms of managing debt and also
from a personal.
Yeah. And also you're a CEO as well, Axoft.
Yeah. First of all, to the question that was thrown to to Centonomy. Yeah. Where do you start? First of all, I think is where are you, because when you're saying you want to start, you must ask yourself where you're starting. And I think this discussion, we are basing it on the assumption that you're already earning. Because there are so many people who don't have money. So there's also that discussion of where do you get the money. And that's where, for me, and Axoft, we come in on creating income. Because you cannot start saving if you don't have any income. Right. You cannot start investing and going to the circles if you don't have income. The most important thing is to ask, where is the money? And the beauty about money is, first of all, is to understand that money is not a solution itself. Money is a tool to offer solutions to different problems that you have. And if you don't have problems, then you don't need money. So again, where do you start? Where are your problems? That will be my answer. and what have my personal experience with money, both from someone who has been employed before and someone who has run a business, is there is no scarcity of money. Money is everywhere. And everybody here has somebody's money. The question is, who has my money? And if you are employed, the person who has your money is your employer. If you're in business, the people who have your money is your potential clients. So the question is, am I going to the people who have my money? Because you must start by getting money first. And when you answer those questions, then the other bit about it is basically laziness and hardworking and all those things that we are told at Centonomy. Because if I know that my money is the people that I can offer my solution as a business to, then what I just need to do is to go to them in terms of making sure that I do sales, I present myself, and I work hard to get it. Right. If it's with the employer you employed, then you need to ask yourself, if my problems are this big and my salary is this small, how do I need to work? How do I need to carry out myself as a brand within the company? Who do I need to please to promote me to get more money? So basically, when you ask yourself those questions, then the answers will come out. Right. But again, I think coming to back to you is, with that understanding, my logic about money is that when you get the money, you need to live within your means, and we are told that. But on investment, you need to explore beyond your means. All right. And that's where SACCOs come in.
We need to take a commercial break. I like that aspect. You need to explore beyond your means. I know, Waithaka, you also had a comment for Eve. Just hold that thought. We want to take a commercial break. Yes.